continue on with more Like a Dragon Ishin, where we are going to get the final lot of seals done. So what we need to do is we need to get all 40 something seals onto each well, not each weapon. That would be that. Could you imagine if that was a requirement? Every weapon needed to have every seal on it. That would not be very pleasant. We have to go and get that every seal done. Currently we've done, I think, 11 or something like that out of 45. 10 out of 45. So now what we need to do is just I'm trying to get stuff that I know that I want to use on my weapons. That way I can increase, because like right now I've actually increased not only my experience, but I've also increased my other stuff as well. So nothing else can go on these. That's another thing I just realized. I don't have any weapons that I can. I sold all my weapons off. I'll need to. Once I use up whatever I had to use here, I'll. Obviously, like this here, I can use as a throwaway because I'm not planning on using this. But as long as it's equipped, I can at least equip something to it. See if there's anything that would be that I can equip on it. Increase corporal traits by 5%. 2%. We've also got to keep an eye on what I have used already. I need to remember what seals I've already used. So I've used Fierce Attack, Fierce, Champion, like a whole bunch of those ones. So then I'll buy probably like a bunch of blades that have stuff on them. I actually didn't realize. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Realized that I've been thinking. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. No, we don't need to. We can actually just keep replacing. I can actually just keep using seals over the seals that I'm thing. So let's just do something then. Increase corporal traits. We can increase attack by 2. Increase power of swordsman charge attack. So we're not actually just. First of all, I want to just equip some stuff onto my weapons that I know I'll be able to like do something for. That would be really good. Recovers health by 4% based on damage that we do, because that would work on our sword. Wait, I already have. Did I make a mistake? No. Right, let's try this. I just realized, I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to do the thing. It's like I can actually just keep re-putting over stuff over and over and over again, so it's actually fine. I just want to make something optimal. So what I'll do is I will make an optimal thing that I want, and then I will just put everything else over it, and then I will do something else. What else would I want on this? Attack. Probably attack. So I just need to make sure that I have one slot left open for weapons and one slot left open for one slot left open for weapons and one slot left open for gear, I think. Well, the guns are different as well, but I have multiple guns actually. Like the golden gun, I actually have the iron grinder I can roll, but this gun is better than what I currently am using. Anyway, because I've upgraded it. That's one thing I actually didn't realize. So I have a sword that I can just keep using all the sword ones on. I have a... this one here I could have actually think, but I forgot. Yeah, I just realized I made a mistake here with this. I could have done something, but it's fine. I think no, I don't have any other things. I thought I did have some others, I should have kept them. Yeah, I made a mistake there. It's fine. So now I will have a look at what I want on the Onimaru, and I'll just go through and do all the rest of them. So... now I've just got to put everything on that I'll just look and see what I have access to. Good. Madness, maybe. I think madness is what I'll probably... so madness is what I will... madness is what I will put... madness is what I will put on. So I'll just put everything over this. Because I can put stuff over the top of stuff that I've already done, so... do all these here. Get these put on. And now we'll just keep going through all the... till we get to madness. Also, I need to make sure that I save after I do all this. I need to make sure I save after each time, because if there's a fail, I don't want to lose a seal. Gotta remember to save before I do all this. So it should be still in the right order. That will fill this up. So far it's in the order, so I need to keep going from Pierce all the way to Champion. So everything in between Pierce and Champion. I haven't thought about what I would do after this. I was thinking it was going to be something with heat actions. I'll probably try and get all of the heat actions that I... can, because that will increase the amount that I can level. And make things easier. I'm hoping that doing the gunman one is enough for me to break the limit, but I'm still not really sure. Because that would save a lot of time. We want to leave Madness, because that's the one that I actually want to use. Actually, no, it wasn't Madness, it was, Madness? That's for that attack lost. So I'm thinking about putting, like, Adamantine on, actually. That would probably be better. Um, that at least increases defense. I'm still not sure what I want to do. I will probably still. I'll have to have a look at what. I need to see what I get from the reward as well from getting the finishing the heat actions. See what that's for. I'm actually really happy that we've got over half the heat moves done. Most of the heat moves I think I've still got to do are probably from Brawler. But we'll see how that is. And I also need to grind for the revelations as well, so... what did I say I was doing up to? Was... Have I just... Oh, right, I haven't done Charlotte. I need to check where champion actually is. I, forgot I only had the one champion. Where does that end? Okay, so there's something in between Madness and Champion that I haven't got yet. So... This is where I need to look up the list. I need to look up the list of the slight order. Just so I know what I'm missing. In between Madness and Champion is Raging Flame. Square Seal Raging Flame. That would be for, okay, Square Seal Raging Flame is for the Sphere Seals are for things, Square Seals are for Square Seals are for equipment. Then Mighty, Composure, so Fierce Deity is the next one. I'll go through and do all the sword ones first, because I've already optimized everything that I want to use. Well, except for this, I don't know. Because I'm thinking, like, what else would I need? All these are done, actually. I should actually, because I'm planning on using this, I should, put some stuff on here that I know I'm going to want. It's gonna be there anyway. Charge up heat gauge 3 times faster. Reduce heat consumption by 5. That would be really good. Actually, that would be really good because that means that my moves are going to means I can do more heat moves in a fight. And then at that point I'll equip the other thing on it. Looks like the Fundoshi stuff is like I think the 3 separate seals are you've got 3 gun seals, and then a bunch of sword seals and a bunch of spear seals. So I think I can equip the this Adachi with the correct items. So I can equip them with whatever I want to. Probably gonna equip... Like, Adamantium will give me an increase of 10. So I thought we haven't had a fail. Alright, I'm going to stop right here for a second and break. I'll be back in a second. So far we're doing pretty well though. Only about 25 seals left to go? Yep, 25 seals left to go, and then all this will be done. Hopefully we have all of them, but I'm pretty sure we should. So, back in a second. Alright, so as I said, we've got 25 more of these left to go. Most of them I think are, if I actually look at the list, I think most of them are square seals. Yeah, most of them are square seals. That's probably why I'm not seeing a lot of them here, but need to remember where I'm up to as well. Skip that one, those two, because those are the things. After composure. So Fear's Deity. Pretty much like from Fear's Deity onwards is where we're doing. Oh, that's right, I put at a main team because these are what I wanted, and I can keep going with. I think I said I was going to equip, like, endurance or something on. There's only one greed one, isn't there? Yeah, there's only one greed, but you can equip it onto both. I actually just realised it might be a faster way to do what I went need to do, because, I believe the requirement to get a rank up was to get to level 25 and the style unlock all of its moves. So that means if we do that with Gunman, go to the Gunman guy, he'll get the thing, then we can eat a bunch of those yellow things to keep getting things, replace all the orbs, and then at that point, we can then give those orbs to, we can use those orbs to make the stuff in the other trees. That would actually mean we wouldn't have to get to level 99. So I bought all those training mochis thinking that was the case, but like, I don't know how it works, that's why I have to... I bought all the mochis because like I thought... One, I thought they were going to make me level up higher, and it's like, I bought them as well because of the thing, but we'll still use them anyway. Okay, so I think this is the last one. I'll just confirm, or I think this should be the last. There shouldn't be any more sphere seals. There are some more sphere seals. I might have missed one, but I don't think I have because I remember counting them. And I remember dismantling items whenever I got the chance. If somehow missed one, that's going to be a bit annoying, but 94% though, so we're almost done. If you remember, when we were doing this, when we started, we were maybe at like 64% or something like that. So it just goes to show how much of the station list is taken up by this. I think I've done all the spear seals and sword seals now, so I'll just confirm on the list to make sure that I haven't missed any. Between gunshots, those are sphere seals. From like special moves to elements, those are all square and gun seal. From bewitched to endurance, those are all square seals. And from adamantine to experience, those are all square seals. And then from greed to virtuous are square seals. And then yeah, so a lot of stuff's all. The only thing that I haven't done is I haven't done one gun seal and one. I haven't done one gun seal and everything else looks like it's going to be square seals at that point. So, we'll do the gun seal next. I have a throwaway gun that I can do anyway. Should be anyone that's left here. Gun seal double shot. Oh, sorry, no. We already have gun seal double shot because we equipped that onto one of the other ones. So I think it's sure shot is the one I'm missing. The other gun seal, we've got. What are the three gun seals? You've got double shot, sure shot, and that's it. And the one I'm missing is the sure shot. We're missing both. I can't remember. Although I'm pretty sure I put them both on, I think. Heat actions is going to be interesting though, just to see if I've done double shot, haven't done sure shot. I'll just put, and I don't use charged shots anyway, so. Alright, so it's this one. This will be all the gun seals and sword seals done. Now we just need to get all the equipment. Which I can use on throwaway. I'll just use mine has the virtue on it. Not like I need the virtue right now anyway. We'll have plenty of virtue. We have like 600,000 virtue, I think it is. I have 800,000 virtue, and then I can also like get even more if I need to. Okay, so now I just have a whole bunch of square seals. I want to keep experience and I want to keep champion. Virtuous doesn't really matter. So let's just find something that I could use that will actually be useful. Increase attack by 10. Increase brawler attacks by We don't even really need, because we don't need to defeat the enemy with stuff. Defense by 2%. You know what? I think I'll just go with the base attack. Priest. That means I'll just go ahead and do all these. The bottom. Alright, so there's our first failure. So we have to, what was that about? What was that about failure? Like, why did it say that I failed here, but I still haven't? Oh, I see what it's done. I think I saw what no, sorry, I have failed. That one failed. So that means I'll need to reload that. That's the first time I've had a fail. So now I need to load the save. I need to now load the save, the previous save, and then put any random one on to have it be a fail. And then repeat the process. I think I saved the one that I just did. Yeah, it did. So everything else that I need is gun shot, double shot, and short shot. So everything else should be just on the thing. So that means now you can just use a we know that this one's going to be a fail, so we can just do a we'll do a duplicate that we don't need to worry about. Or actually, better yet, I could have also done just done a 100% success. Actually, I don't need to reload that. Alright, we did that anyway. Fine. You only need to put them on. They don't need to stay on. I think the next big, well, I would say that, I was going to say it's the next big grind, but realistically I think we only need to level up one more level, and then, if it works the way that I think it does, what I can then do is I can then just go straight to the thing, buy up a bunch of those, gunman thing orbs, replace the orb that I currently have, and then just put them all over the place for everywhere else, and just keep rinse repeating for that. That should be enough to get the requirements for those. That will at least get me access to all the heat actions, and then it's a matter of just doing them. What am I doing? We could be done with this in, depending on how long the streams are, in the next couple of streams, actually. and we should have plenty of money left over to be able to buy healing items and stuff that I'll have to figure out where the best place to get a lot of that stuff is going to be. Ooh, okay, I get it now. So, I just looked at this and it's like, hang on a second, why is this a 57% thing rating? And it's like, the reason why is because, you can build stuff on top of it, and that will, okay, that explains how you get this. That would have helped a little bit more, but I didn't even have three stones at the start anyway. I think out of the entire time that I've been doing this, I've only failed twice? But when it fails like that, I can maybe just go and find another one. Then you do that and it resets it. I guess it's better than the weapon one, because with the weapon one you couldn't reset it, but with this one here it's like you can reset it because there's a high. You can reset it with something that requires a higher percentage, but there's a lesser of a chance for it to fail. Alright, 5 again. I'm not gonna bother about like leveling up the thing, because like it'll go up a little bit higher, but like we're already at like 73% for the thing anyway. Oh, I just realized by doing that I've stopped up the thing order to make sure that I do it in a different. Because I was doing like a pattern, now I have to recheck and make sure that I haven't something. Six more to go. We've got that far to go now. Which ones are we missing? In between Bewitched and they're just reversal, on the brink, special move. Roll and fierce battle. leaving Brawl till last though, because I think that's the one I want to have on so I do more damage. I also changed my settings because I'm not going for specific. Not going for the grind anymore. I don't need anything else for grinding. I'm doing all these one at a time because one, it counts as one enhancement, so it'll go towards the trophy. And two, because if I do like 3 at the same time, the chances of it all, one of them failing means that I have to think, so it's better off for me to just having all 3 of them work is probably better for me to just not take that chance. As I said, I'm going to put the Raging Flame on as my last one. Brawl should be my last. Brawl should be the last one that I need to place. And just make sure it should be the boss one. I've got 2 more. I missed one. What did I miss? Just the one between Madness and... Oh, right, Raging Flame is the one. Sorry, Raging Flame is the one I'm putting on last. So, just these 2. But we'll have all that done. And then we can head to... I'll head back to Terradaria to get the... whatever we get for completing that part. Alright, so now we will... Now we have all the equipment. So we will head back to Taradaya, and then I will do... What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go and try and get all the heat actions to know where the best place to get those are. And then the only stuff left to do will be from here. So eating at restaurants, which you can do anyway. The eating with these things here is going to be fine. Using the things is easy. And then we've got to figure out how to get these up. But the other thing to also consider is I'm probably just going to use all my virtue on these. Just to get them up, because like some of them are not going to... Getting virtue in this game is not hard. Especially since how much we have. We have so much virtue. Nothing. I love the sword that we have in this game, like, see how the experience is increased on. That was 942. Hard to know with the mobs. I think that's what I want to do. Heat actions will... Everything else is just like eating at the restaurants and then demolishing 50 weapons, which the weapons we're going to get demolished as we are trying to get heat actions on anyway, because there's going to be several brawler ones that we need to do with certain equipment things on them. And then it's like, the only stuff I would need to buy is... I need to max out my skills. Okay, I can still get the platinum plate here. So I need to max out my skills and... Max out my skills and get the, max out my skills, which we can do that, I think, like, all I need is one more level up, I think, and then I should be okay. I don't know what I want to get. I don't know what I get. Give him random bit of fish. I don't even remember using these great white sharks. I don't know why that told me to get those. I don't even remember using them for a weapon. I don't even remember using them, to be honest. I guess those also count as food items. Alright, let's go and see what we get. Oh, it's because I didn't read the... I think it's because I didn't read the letter. That's okay. Let's see what happens if I read the letter. Equipment smithing complete. All smelted. Guess the water for so I guess now it will unlock. Okay, so we had to actually read the letter to get the thing. Get free 1500 virtue for nothing. What did we get? A sacrifice stone. Sacrifice for death itself has the power to save a person from death. Okay, I'm surprised that they didn't give access to... This is like probably the only sacrifice stone you get in the game, but not like we needed it, but I'm surprised we didn't get that earlier, actually. Where does that appear in my inventory? Oh, okay, it's just there. So, okay, now we have to look at what else is left to do in the game. I think it's gonna be focusing on, like, what's left? Eating at the restaurants, which we can do at any point in time. And we've got something we need to eat anyway. Medicinal items, we have to buy a bunch and use them. Palanquins. And getting these ranks up for the... Getting the ranks up for these, things which we can use virtue for, so it's actually probably... eating at the restaurants and using the items is going to give us stuff. Using the taxis will... and then the only thing for battles is the things which happen like that anyway. So I don't think it's going to matter which order we do it in, because if I... These I will get via while I'm trying to get the heat action. Eating at the restaurants will give me more virtue. Be used for spending for other stuff. And then, like, any virtue that we don't... Like, once we've got the level up thing and all that done, all we have to do is just spam virtue on these until we get them done, because there's no other reason for spending the virtue. And we just got these heat actions to go, which I think I have all the heat actions unlocked if I look at my abilities. I should have most of the heat actions unlocked, I think. That's not a heat action. That's not a heat action. That is... So I think that one there we need to parry a bunch of enemies enough times. And then this one here we need to... Not sure what we need to do to get these two, but we need to do that. That's not a heat move. That isn't a heat move. That is. So we need to use like fair weather enough time. This is what is this one. So away enemies from your guard. Enemies who've been deflected. Okay, so we have to use that a bunch of times to unlock that one. And then this one here is not a heat move. Gun, we already have every move. And Wild Dancer, that's not a heat move. That is a heat move. So we have to unlock it. And that is not a heat move. So we have 2 heat moves left. So we can go ahead and do everything else, because we're going to break a bunch of weapons anyway. And we might need to heal when we do stuff anyway, so we'll be going to restaurants to heal potentially. And before I spend the virtue on all those other ones, I will be eating at the places, buying enough healing items. Because this here is eat food from the inventory, so I can count this as these can be counted towards. These can be. I can use the training emojis on as these, and they will count. So I could eat like 120 trading emojis if I wanted to, but I'd need to have that many. And then medicinal items, we can go ahead and buy those from somewhere that needs the virtue. And then palanquins we can use, which will also help with that as well. So let's do the heat moves. How will I start this though? Suppose what I need to do is go around and figure out how I get all these. I need to figure out how to get all the heat actions. We've done all the grinding now, so we're all out of the way. Heat actions are not going to bother us. I think the most annoying ones are going to be the ones where we need to get certain weapons, because we need to go to certain areas and find them. Like a Dragon Ishin, heat action. Dragon Ishin. Okay, so we're done wall smashing, face crushing, finishing, pig finishing, stomp. Really? I haven't got. Oh, these are out of order. No, I don't want this. This is already out of order. This is already out of order. I don't want this one. There's an already out of order guide. I don't want to use that one. We want to use one that's actually in the right order. Meals. Action. Here we go. Okay. So we've got Essence of Beatdown, this heat action. The heat action available while holding a one-handed item. One-handed items are specifically things like sickles, small one-handed tools. You should be able to find one near a cart, close to a well. Rakugo. Okay. So Rakugai's well, I believe, is up here. So that's right. Sorry, that's Rakugai. Rakugai's well is here. Said it was near the well, right? I think I know what they're talking about. You should be able to find one near a cart close to the well in Rakugai. We'll go and head to there and see if there's a fight. If there's nothing, then I will obviously just go and move to the next one. I'm gonna spend the ball. Obviously in this fight. Around this area there's pretty sure around this area there's Well, there were one-handed items around here. Guess it's not. Yeah, I guess I'm going to do that. Okay, so yeah, I was looking for the weapons. I don't think there were any there. I also don't know if I'm getting an increase in. I also don't know if I'm getting an increase in experience. Oh, there's some stuff here that I can see. Golden snake over there. So, see if we can fight you. You gotta wait pretty fast. I'm gonna look around and see if I can see any weapons I can pick up. I need to go back to the bell. Alright, these guys there should definitely be some weapons I can use here. I've seen some weapons along this road that I can use. Like this, for example. I think there's several of them around here, actually. I thought that was. Maybe there's more than one weapon. I also need to make sure that I turn off. Actually, I should turn auto heat actions off. Because if I have it on, it's going to automatically just. If I have automatic heat actions on, it's going to just use the heat action straight away. Whereas I want to be able to trigger it. I'm trying to look around to see if I can find a. They did say it was around this area. The action available holding a one-handed item. One-handed items is specifically like the sickle, small one-handed tools. You should be able to find one near a cart. Close to the well in Bakugo. Ah, right here. There's something here. Ah, there's two things here. I see. That should be, this should be beat down. Yeah, that's beat down. Make sure I got that one correct. Yep. So a two-handed item. Should be a two-handed item in here as well. I don't know why you swapped out, but I'm trying to use weapon for a weapon, now it's gone. Please let me pick up the weapon. Any other weapons around here that I can use? Like I need to take out style changes as well, because it's now just breaking the weapons. I don't think there's any other weapons around here. Fortunately, no. What? Okay, so there's a grab heat action as well. I have several grab heat actions that I can do. What was that though? Because I did get a. There was like multiple. Is it Essence of Empty Hands or Essence of Mighty Strikes or something like that? Essence of Mighty Strikes is that. Oh, and then during the Essence for... Okay, so there's Essence of Mighty Strikes, and then during the animation for Mighty Strikes, a second triangle prompt will appear in this action where you slam the enemy into the ground. Okay, so we have a grab move, which is this, which is what we do normally. And then, similar to that other move that we had, if we grab the enemy and then use this, we can then push triangle for another heat action, or we can spin, move the left analog stick in a circle. That is also another heat action. So we have to keep that in mind. That's what one of them is. So I need to go and find. I can't do a fight here, so I'll need to find where the next one is. I'm not gonna. These two are fine. Two-handed item, large objects. Throwing. We've done body of water. What I can recall. Essence of Lagoon, we're done, yeah. Essence of Carrying Pole. Carrying Pole is the two crates on a stick that you see some of them. Ah, yes, I remember. They can be found near some buildings. You need a spot where one directly west of Ibisu in Rakuno. So we'll go in between there and so they're talking about here. When they say directly west, do they mean? Okay, I think they mean like in this like alleyway. So we'll head to there. Because we need to make our way back to here anyway to get some stuff. We're backtracking a little bit, but we need to I need to find what I'm looking for first, just to look, and then at that point I know what I need to use the We're saying like directly west of here, so they're saying like right here. Ah, they mean this thing here. So get into a fight here, grab that, and then hopefully use heat action. Build up heat first. We've got our heat, so why I have to pick this up all the way? Standing near them. Okay, so that's pretty handy. Right, so we do this. Alright, so now I've got to also remember that I can grab. Gotta do 2 grabs. And then after that grab move, I've got that there as well. I can use that item round. So we should use. Like grab an enemy at any point in time. Whereas these items I can't necessarily. Ah, it's out of bounds. These aren't them. So I should probably make sure that I do the ending of that one as well. But at least I have a way to get some multiple things here. Oh, they just destroyed them all. This time we'll grab another enemy. Which direction would I want? Hopefully this works. Yep. And then we'll just finish this guy off. It's not really doing it. Right, head back to the area that I know I need to head to for the. We need to head back to where that 2-headed weapon is. I think. That's why I already completed that here. Yeah, I think we did. Essence of Gravity. The heat action available while holding large objects such as tables or charcoal bundles. Charcoal bundles? This is the action where you smash the item over the enemy with no follow-up action. Oh! Is that it? No, I need to find... Saying tables or charcoal bundles, so I need to find out where those are located. Essence of gravity. I'm gonna check to see if there's like specific areas that I should Did they need to really change? I don't know why someone decided to change that. So, I just want to find a good spot to be able to, looking for the right stuff, or... I need to find a good spot to... I need to find a good... It's saying that I need to find... heat action while holding large tables or charcoal bundles. The issue is like that a lot of guides tell you how to think, but they don't tell you where like to find certain items. Charcoal bundles sound like they're more unique, so I'm going to see if I can find an area where to find charcoal bundles. Otherwise, I might have to look up. There is a video that shows me. Although I should be able to look up in the Brawler annual thing here to tell me what essence of gravity is. Okay, so those are the bundles. Utilize Earth's pull to crush an enemy under the weight of a heavy object. Where would they be located? I know I've seen them before, I just can't remember where they are located. Let's see if I can find... Someone's got like a... Someone has a video of it, but... My god, can we like not have ads? Okay, which one am I looking for? Please, like, have a list here. 47, 42. Okay, yeah, I know that one, but where? It's the big issue, like, there's no location, no good location that it shows. It just shows it just shows him doing all the moves. It doesn't show you a good place to do them. it's like I need to find a table, but it's like I don't know where to find tables. Why is this not? See if I can find a place with tables. This, I swear, some of these guides are actually just straight up copied from other people. I'm not even joking. I'm actually looking at some of these guides, and so I feel like there are actually some people who have copied like other people's guides, which is just shameful, honestly. Looking for... There's a supplementary guide. Yeah, that's what I need. I just need to have a look at something that shows me, like, I'm trying to actually find a better way to get the, this is like friendships and stuff. I don't need, it's not really actually helping. Stuff that's already, I already know how to do this. Well, this was gonna, goes into the sub-stories, friendships, want to... No, I don't want that. I want the heat actions. I need to figure out how to get this heat action. I just like how I'm looking at this guide, and obviously, like, the thing's been out for several days now. There's no chicken race cheap way now. You can't even. I don't even think they've updated the guide for this yet. Where is? Way too long for things to have breaking down. I hope this isn't a fruitful waste of time. It is a waste of time. It just straight up just doesn't give you. It just says, here's what you do. You push triangle when you go here. Gee, I didn't know that. Thank you for that. Thank you for telling me. That was a complete waste of time. I guess I just have to look out for those things. It's tables and things, and I can't find anywhere that actually shows me how to get it. So I guess I'll just have to look out for those. So if I find any of them as I'm going, I'll have to keep an eye on them. Where they are. That one there's going to get skipped for now. Pushing, gravity, swinging, throwing. Oh, okay, I haven't actually got this yet. Oh, throwing. Yeah, but this is the one where you have to... we've got the other one where we've done it with the sword, but we have to actually, like, grab them and throw them. So, obviously going to recruit, I feel that one is obviously the place. Yeah. go to Makurugai to find these guys. I don't think I can pick them because they are not close enough. I wonder if I can use this to spawn and despawn enemies. Let's see if I can get these guys to bump into it. Come this way. Right, we just need to knock them into the wall. Oh, there's a two-handed weapon here. So you have water. Two-handed weapon there, which I want to use. Damn, did it fall in the water? I think it did fall in the water. Nah, I've still got this. Better use it. I don't think I've got anything else that's useful enough. I guess I'll just use this to break these I need to break 10 weapons. I need to break 50 weapons. Hopefully that counts as well. Yep, it did. So we're gonna look out for whatever that old thing is. I haven't found it yet. Carrying pole. Yep. Okay. Essence of Scolding. When near a building that has a teapot. A number of them along Shijo Street in Bakun. I have this. But there's for sure one at the building immediately west of Shigoin Yatsuhashi. Okay, so we have to probably. I think we have to either grab the teapot or find Chochoin Yakuzachi or whatever it is. Find that on the list. Okay, so it's actually not that far off. Let's yeah, episode. Oh, perfect. It's right here. Yep. We'll fight these guys right here. Apparently it's right over this way. I need to find a kettle. This one's right here. Hopefully there's a kettle or something here, so I'll run around and just get my heat up. That's a chair. Okay, I need to right. That's a hole. I don't find where this kettle is. I don't know if it's a pickable upperable weapon or if it's. So all these things I can pick up here are when near a building that has a teapot. A number of them along Shijo Street in Rockney, but there is for sure one at the building immediately west of Shogoyatsu Hashi. So west of there is like this building over here. Apparently a building that has a kettle. Count, so... But I'm not seeing any kettles, I'm just seeing a lot of seating. Table though. We definitely want to do. Okay, I need that table, I need to get my feet up. I need to use I need a giant table for a feet action. Alright, this will pick up. No, not the small one. Big one. No, not the enemy. No, not the small one, but the big one. And this should do. Alright, now we need a bit of heat again. Oh, that's one there as well. That thing. I think that's a charcoal thing actually. Yeah, so there's actually several of them. That's one of the charcoal things that I need. That's right there. This charcoal bundle. Oh, wait a second. I don't need the charcoal. Sorry, I don't need the charcoal bundle anymore. They're saying to the west of here. It's this one here. So it's Essence of Scolding where I grab the enemy and I take them over to the... Can't be one where I take them over to the area. No. I need to see what they mean by Essence of Scolding. I didn't see it just says when near a building that has a teapot. A number of them along Shijo Street, but there is one for sure. I need to figure out what the Essence of Scolding is. We're going pretty well with these Essence of Scolding. Mentioning about usually, I've seen this one before. Usually, you pick up the teapot and then you use it on them. I'm actually, I'm looking at this guy here, and it's like, it's literally written exactly the same as. It's pretty much exactly the same as some other people. It's very. I guess I'm just never gonna find, like, specifics about how to get certain... Essence of Skull... When near a building that has a teapot, a number of them along Shijo Street in Rockney, but there is for sure one. It says when near a building that has a teapot. I didn't see a teapot there, so I think what I'm looking for is what I'm after. Yeah. Like, oh, okay, so yeah, the attack with a kettle and its contents, a specialty of Umai. Oh, okay, it mentions specifically where I can go. A specialty of Umai, Udon, Uji tea pile, and other fine establishments. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I saw a kettle there. I've seen a kettle. I remember I was right here and I saw a kettle. Or not. I'm just gonna go to one of those other places, and I'll just go to Ume Udon or the Uji tea parlor, which are down. One right here. Uji tea parlor's right down this way. I'll just head to there then. It actually specifically says that it's a specialty for the. I don't know why the guide so mentions that when it specifically mentions it in the list. I'll just go to the tea parlor first, just make sure that I see one. There's some of those as well. I'm not seeing any enemies, so I'm gonna try and spawn some. Because it says it's a specialty of certain establishments, I'm thinking this is the best spot to be able to find them, but then these enemies are not disappearing. Hey, please come over this way. Oh, okay, they're not coming over this way. Please come over this way. Chase me, please. Hey, can I chase me or not? Okay, I guess I just don't do fight. Okay, I guess I'll just try and trigger the fight here then. I don't want to try and stop the fight. See what happens if I bump into one. Please start the fight with me. Okay, now I hope that I can make it to the area. Game's press. No, it won't even let me here. That sucks. Oh, out of the realm. I'll try, well, I can try Ume Udon as well, but then that's it. That's near the area, so I'm thinking like, can I grab him and then just use it? And then it's another card. I'll try Ume Udon now. Just don't have a chance for this one. I think it's because it wasn't, I'm wondering. It was like sticking to a certain spot. those enemies weren't gonna chase me. I'll try Umate Udon. Umate Udon is down this way. Like right here. That one there. First orange up here. Oh, I shouldn't have made on right here. It's like it needs to be near the store. So I guess it's over here. Right. I'll eventually I'll come back and forth with this one. Essence of Scolding, and all the rest of them are like unlocked for other things. So while parrying L1 when an enemy attacks, the prompt for this will appear immediately after. So once we have to parry to get this one, so we'll have to enter into a fight and parry a bunch. Apparently it appears immediately after we parry. Trying to figure out a good way to parry it. Not good with the timing. I think the parries have to be before you make that. I can't do it right now, I think it's letting me. I think I need to unlock it. Like I can't, yeah, I'm not getting any, I'll need to parry to unlock it anyway, so doing this is fine. I can unlock the move after parrying a bunch. It's a revelation move. So I have all the revelation text. Not sure how many times I have to parry. Eventually it should work. I haven't been parrying the whole game, so that's why I'm trying it to see what I have to do. Sometimes it'll unlock the move. Like behind a revelation. Should be the only moves that I have locked that I think should be those moves. Because I have the plans that I can control the healing if I need to make sure I don't die. And my timing is I decided that this is I'll leave it until I get to a point where I have to heal and then I'm just gonna stop because I feel like I've carried it at that point. You're telling me after parrying I'm supposed to do it, so I'm doing something wrong. I'll check this. Before I just like go on to the thing I want. Parry an enemy, then grab them when they stumble, hold them far away. Is it triangle while parrying? Okay, so I have to actually, I guess, earn that one. It's not letting me do any moves, but I don't know if I've earned that yet. If I have to, think I have to do a certain amount of. Yeah, so I have to parry an enemy, then grab them. So I think I have to, for this one I need to learn it. So I've already done all the moves for every... Saying that prompts will appear immediately after with things, so I think I have to parry enough times to be able to not showing up. Even though I have the also I don't have enough heat, but I don't know. I should have enough heat because it's worked every other time. But I think I need to unlock it like once more. So I should check the inventory, it'll tell me if I need to do it for reverse throw. Yeah, okay, so by repeatedly parrying enemy attacks, this technique may come to you. So we've got to, that's what we're doing right now. I've just got to keep parrying attacks until I get the opportunity to... And the other one I've got to parry attacks and then lock on with R1 and then do something else. So eventually we're going to earn the opportunity to go to I'm just having terrible luck with this. I just have to parry quite a bit to get to the thing, because I feel like I've done quite a lot of parries, even though I haven't been... But keep an eye on my health as well. I'm just gonna heal now. Oh, okay, we can't use this while we're, fighting. Alright, I didn't know that. Saying that apparently it will come to me. Doesn't say it needs to be so many in a row. Instead it will eventually come, so I don't have to carry a whole... How much I have to carry to do it. Eventually it's supposed to... Here as a move. And it's a revelation, so it means I have to wait for the... Wait for the revelation to come up on the screen. Okay, now it's shot up. Now I just need to, do it correctly. I just saw it come up. This should be it. Yep, there we go. I think that counts for me as the first one. Does it count me as using the move? I can't remember. First throw it does. Okay, so even though I don't have it unlocked, I need to, I have learned it. So now, done that. Just the next, I'll everything one. So that one there is to do for the scolding. We need to find that. Last one is Essence of Grand Bruising Trigger. Walk right counter by parrying, and then lock onto another enemy with R1 for this prompt. The enemy needs to not be near you. I need to parry and then push R1 apparently. Gonna heal again. I need to get the... If I knew I had to do that, I would have gone and got the timing done for this, because now I've got to do the same thing. Just read what this says. It's a bit weird with how it's worded. Okay, with Warcry can active lock onto a distant enemy with R1, I guess we have to do that. And then if we see a triangle off, then do it. I think that was correct, I don't know if what I just did. Apparently it won't. I guess it'll trigger it. Trying to lock onto an enemy from far away, but it's like it's locking onto the same enemy, which is the issue. Locking onto the same. Locking onto like the enemy that I parry, which is not what I want. I have a... that might have done something, I don't know. It hasn't, I'll build up one. Maybe what I need to do is be in. I'm gonna have to look this up because I don't know if what I'm doing is correct. Okay, I think I know what I have to do, but it's always lock. You have to trigger walk right counter by powering, and then lock onto another enemy with R1, which is the prompt. The enemy needs to not be near you. I'm locking onto an enemy, but it's not. I don't know if it's working. You need to parry and use the walk right counter in your brawl style. Got it from repeatedly countering R1 triangle. Oh, okay, it's the one, yeah, that might be what it is. We have to attack, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. We have to attack people while we have the walk right counter available. Okay, so that's what it is. So we only have that available for a couple of seconds, that's what it is. So we have to get parried. We have to parry, and then while we're doing that, we have to attack an enemy. And apparently it will appear itself. I mean, I would have saved a little bit of time. My timing wasn't so bad. It would be perfect.
ったな。
Apparently we parrying them while we're in the water. That's why we get the I don't like these guys in the green, all they do is just attack with. Guys in the green just attack with those stupid moves. Ah, I see, it's like returning Apparently it gets earned by doing that. Get rid of the at least the other people that we have at least these people I can counter their soldiers. This doesn't work by this end of this enemy spawn. Supposed to work while I'm doing thing, but surprised me if I was supposed to attack other enemies. It's I've done that as well. It's mentioned about using the Warbot counter while I've got the thing active. Saying that like need to attack while I'm in War God counter. That's what I think it was saying. Keep parrying in brawler style, then attack people while the invisibility you got from the parry is active. Eventually the revelation should appear. What? I still, there's no video thing explaining all of this. Like, I think I just need to trigger the thing, and it's mentioning that I can do War God Counter and then just attack while I'm doing War God Counter. It doesn't mention we have to do Tiger Drop, it doesn't mention that we have to do. Because if we look at the actual book thing itself, there's by repeatedly executing Warcry counter, to get to the advanced room, yeah, so you need to parry and use the Warcry counter. So Warcry counter is not a move, it's a state of invulnerability after becoming a parry. We're gonna punch them all for one thing, but that's essentially what it is. Which we have been doing. Without timing something. I need to re-swap my healing on this as well. Three branches. This is the only one for Brawler I need as well. Life of me, it's just not, we're not carrying. Check what Warcry counter actually is. Pretty sure it's like a red, let me get that reddish tinge on it. In parry and Brawler style, you'll become invulnerable for a short time or lift fitting, so it's essentially just attack while we've got that. Just saved a little bit of time by doing anything else. I was gonna say that was what that is, but that was the, I don't think that was it. Okay, we did get a level up. The gun. If I do gun, I can then go and get the gun guy up. I'm gonna try something now. I should be able to go to the gun guy and get a upgrade. And if that's the case, then what I'll do is I can get enough to get all the skills. Should be able to break my skills here. If that's the case, then I can. What's going on? Yeah, I got in my mind that I'd like to have a duel with you. I reckon I could do both of us good to face someone who's skilled. From the looks of you, I wager your gun skills feel a bit stunted at the moment. You can tell? How's about it? Ready to go? Duel with you. Sure, let's do it. We've already fought him before in the, arena. Sure, let's do it. Right on. First, put us in two. For this now, this was supposed to be a one-on-one duel. We all want to fight side to side again. Please, if it's alright with you, take us on as well. Alright? Let's all do this. Well, if Hajame's down for it, who am I to stand in your way? Ready, draw. Okay, so I think this is gonna... This should hopefully break our skills. So I want to make sure I think I'm normal thing right. Goddamn hard, mate. I'm beating you. Reckon the limit of the gunman style can now reach level 50. All of your gunman abilities may now be learned for a second time, enhancing their power and effects. Okay. Okay, that wasn't an easy fight for me, but it felt good. I think I've learned something. Thank you all. So design, thank you. Obliged, Hajime. Long time since I felt the need to hone my skills. How about it, boys? Pull down to train with me? Of course, boss. Back again whenever you like. My boys and I will be here. Waiting for you, Sojo-san. Alright. I don't know if that counts towards breaking the... Because I know the... What does it say that you have to... I'm not sure what it says, the... This broke Ryoma's stats beyond their limit. I don't know if that means I have to actually, like... If that's the case, I should be able to just use this on one of the... Oh! So it resets it all from the beginning. Gives us gun orbs. So does that mean if I select this one, for example, it's going to... That should give me the trophy, right? Do we have to do it for all of them? Because that... mean, that's the thing. It's like it's not, didn't get anything for it. Okay, that didn't do anything. I guess that means that confirms that I'll have to get to level 99 to be able to... That confirms that I'll have to get to level 99 to be able to, get the trophy then. Also, don't think that what I did was the correct thing for the... Oh, it wasn't. So I've got to go to find this kettle and also do this walk right counter thing. Right. So I went there thinking that it's like I can't even do what I was thinking about doing either, because I was thinking like it was going to keep the retained things and then we would just doing things. No, it's like oh, that means now I'm going to have to actually there will be a grind to get to level 99. This lot of enemies might be good to fight. I can get them to stay around here. Please, let's just raise them. What am I supposed to do for this thing? It said that there's no kettle here. And it even mentioned about ume udon. I have to look up what I need to do because it doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, I'll just use these enemies for War God Kana. I'll need to see how they trigger that essence of scalding. At least where they do it. Go to ads again. What did they do? I just saw that. Okay, so okay, so we just stand there. We don't have to grab them. We just do a move there. Alright. We just stand here. We just stand here and do it like this. And now we'll just focus on trying to do these parries. The War God counter. That gets all those out of the way apart from. That means that what I wanted to do isn't going to work, because I was thinking what I could do was, if I maxed out at least one of them, then what I could do is I could keep using the things and get a bunch of free ones. I only use gun orbs now. And to be able to do what I need to do, I need to reach level 99. I'm on 5,813. 58315. How much does this give me? 3,000. Okay, so you only get 3,000. You only get 3,000 experience from eating these.
食ったな。
Before I do this, I should. But I have everything except for the walk up counter one. This is Swordsman next. While wielding an Adachi, this will be available with an enemy near a wall. I need to wield the Adachi. No. So I do have one on me. I think this is an Adachi. It's either an Adachi or a cannon. That's an Adachi. Okay, so we do have one. I need to switch to the Adachi then. How do I do that? I need to figure out how to use the Adachi. Figure out how to wave the Adachi. I guess maybe I have to unequip the sword or something like that. Several heat moves that require that. Press down while in the brawl. Oh, okay, it's down while in the brawl. Right. That's weird that it mentions that then. Okay. Alright, so that means those can get done in general. Because we already have those. Free in close proximity, and enemy attacks with the sword. What's this one here? Okay, so we have to find enemies in guard. That's not in an area. Gunman. Lock on ability. During the animation for shoving shot. Yeah, check. I've got lobbing shot unlocked. Lobbing shot. Essence of lobbing shot. Activate the ultimate strike of essence of lobbing shot. Shoving shot. Essence of shoving shot. Shoving shot is grabbing an enemy and pressing triangle. That's not specific. Just trying to find anything that might be specific, otherwise I can just go around looking for any random enemies. While wielding a cannon and having a fireworks ball in the inventory. While wielding a cannon and having a fireworks ball in the inventory is available. Note the firework ball appears in the material section. If you don't have any, you can, yep, we've already got firework balls, we can, that's anything. Lock onto an enemy, that's general, that's general. That's general. Four enemies is general, that's general. I think everything's general, just a matter of, yeah, all of the stuff is general, so I can just go around and get the stuff that I need. So all the heat actions that I'm required to do are just going to be generally looking around for enemies. So while I'm doing that, I may as well go ahead and do the other stuff. Which is going to be, need to break weapons. I need to break weapons as well. Break weapons, eat at restaurants. Yeah, break weapons, eat at restaurants. Use taxi. I think that's going to be it. I don't think that I'm going to be able to beat the... In terms of trophy wise, I think we're going to get everything as we go, because stationless weapon as we go, so will that. Breaking the limits, we're going to have to train for that. Getting the revelations, we're doing that. Enhance equipment 100 times. Do that. Then 100 enemies with special moves, yeah, that's simple enough. We can do that while we're... we haven't got much left to do. Alright, yeah, so if I need to eat at restaurants, I may as well eat in restaurants where I know I have to get some of these levels up higher, so which is going to be the hardest of these to get leveled up. That's at 9. That's at 9, that's at 5, and that's at 4. I need to figure out which one is the best to think, because I'll probably just go there and just keep eating there. That way I can get the thing up with those. Where I know there's one of the places that there's barely anything, so I was like, we might as well just go there and do the stuff, because at least we can. remember which one's the hardest. Gion is the area to the least you reach by going most annoying to rep, is any options of the 2 restaurants. Okay, so that means if Gion's the only option because of the 2 restaurants, I may as well just go there. There is the reputation improved that we can do. That means in that case I may as well just eat there. Eat the stuff there, because it's like with Mikarogo. Gion is, I may as well eat at Gion first, and then once I finish eating, then I can... Once I finish the eating, I can go and figure out what I can do elsewhere for the rest of the thing.
口を塞ぐな。
Just walk off camera again. Oh. Now I need to try and get the warp counter one. Once we get that, we can move on to using the dash. Keep doing it too. I don't know if I'm doing it too early or too late. Come on, like... Trying to counter this and I just... Every parry I miss... It's gonna be helpful. I hate parry. You can see why I don't parry with things. Like, it's just terrible. Terrible with timing. I actually just realised this is my last healing item, so if I get too low, I'm just gonna leave. Grab some more stuff. I like get the timing right, please. I haven't got one parry correct the whole time. I haven't got the parry right one time. I don't even know if what I'm doing is correct. Just tell me to use stuff with all my counter without what I've been doing. Well, I'm not getting to warp break counter. his other guy's gone, it's like I can't carry the other one. No good with countering. Hope that this is correct. Last time it was correct, so I have to get rid of this other guy, like so annoying. Can't even get the timing right on the thing. If I get hit like another time, I'm gonna have to be careful, dude. I'm gonna have to end the fight. I don't have any, I can't do anything about it. I don't like doing these. Like parrying or something. I'm gonna have to also go back to the, alright, I'll, just... Pretty much down to the thing, I'll end it here for today. So we have all the seals done. I just now need to get the remaining heat moves done. And once the remaining heat moves are finished, I also need to go around and complete the rest of the diligence stuff. So we're going to go to Gion and just continuously keep buying food there until I get the 200 food there. Those are the only things that are there that we can interact with that will increase its value. And we'll probably buy the most probably better to actually just buy the most expensive food, because that way we get more reputation up. As far as I remember, that's how it works. And we'll see how it goes. But gonna end it here. So with all that said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Every like, comment, subscription for this video gets me closer to monetization. Remember, my content for you all helps the content become more accessible and easy to find. A lot of my past Plat reacts, as well as Let's Plays and Let's Plays YouTube channel, including Far Cry 6, Sifu, Quarry, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Octopath Traveler, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, Vertigo, Crisis Core Final Fantasy Reunion, Cuphead, Stray, Marvel's Avengers, Like Christian Anthology, Devil and Me, Days Gone, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, as well as this game. To the foreseeable future, the best way to watch my videos is live, because it may work for you, as well as on YouTube. And I'm also working on a Play Pass segment for all of the games that I have Platinum Trophies for, as well as a special up segment for games that I have on the Switch, and a Triangle Strategy Award for Ishin speedrun as well. I upload everything to my YouTube channel because I have a 7-day limitation before my videos are permanently deleted, and I want there to be a second place for people to be able to view the videos for when they intend to do so. You'll also get a notification when I go live if you're watching on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch at 50 followers. I'll be doing an Octopath Traveler Galdera speedrun, and we're also a rich affiliate, which means I get monetization as well. You have to make a bunch of subscriber emotes and incentives to help support me going forward into the future as well, and you'll also get a notification when I go live if you're watching on Twitch. I also get a 7-day limitation on extension on my videos before they're permanently deleted off the site as well. Follow me on Twitter to be notified when I go live, and if you're on Discord, I will send you an invite to my friends Discord server. Close to 2,000 members, still going strong, plenty of games to discuss there as well. I'm very active there, and you'll also get a notification when I go live on there as well. So with all that being said, good day, night, wherever you all are, and I will see you all later.